Okay, this is my audience, my recorder, and this is my notes, along with visual aids. Good evening. My name is Santiago Real. Tonight I'll be talking about our Second Amendment and what it is. It's our Bill of Rights. It's our Second Amendment. It's part of our Bill of Rights, and I will quote what the Second Amendment does say in the Bill of Rights. All right. The Second Amendment is a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. In other words, just to keep it short, it's our right to bear arms, our personal liberty, and part of our Bill of Rights, part of our history. It does not need to be altered or changed. As it says, shall not be infringed. Gun control is not going to help gun violence. And that's why I'm here talking to you about anti-gun advocates that want to bring the Second Amendment out from the Bill of Rights. And why I'm going to be here telling you about why we should keep our Second Amendment and why we should protect our Second Amendment, our history, and our Bill of Rights. Okay? Like I'm saying, gun control is not going to help gun violence, and that's what I'm here, and that's what I will present to you today. Let me start with, since 1789, when Arthur James Madison, the author of the Bill of Rights, and when he proposed the Bill of Rights, he believed in the right to bear arms. He also believed that it was a right, in case of safeguard, to protect the people in case of government tyranny, in case we need to take back control from the government. All right? What Robert Simmons, professor of law at University of San Diego, says, he tries to interpret it a different way. And what he's trying to say is that we should not bear arms unless we're part of the militia, or we could have proof that we're going to be part of the militia, which says right here. Now let me go back a little bit in history where it says that the people at that moment, all the people were part of the militia. Every single man held arms and held arms because they were part of the militia, to protect from the government tyranny, right? And let me also say, at the present time, if you're 18 and over and you're voting, right, you're required by law to sign the selective service. So in that interpretation, you are part of the militia, which we're talking about right now, okay? What is wrong with the laws that we have now, okay? What's wrong with the guns that we have? The laws that we have, with gun laws that we have now, excuse me. Florida statutes, the state that we live in, okay, you have to be 18 to own a rifle, okay? 18 to own a rifle with a background check, 5-day waiting period. You have to be 21 to obtain and conceal a weapon. You have to have a license with safety course as well, all right? Now, if you're 18, yes, you could go to Walmart and you could buy a rifle, you could buy a shotgun, but you have to wait a 5-day waiting period. You have to go through a background check, okay? So if you committed a felony, you're not gonna get your shotgun or rifle. You're gonna be denied. In order so you could have a concealed weapon in the state of Florida, you have to go through a license. You have to be licensee to have a concealed weapon. And you have to go through that background check and the safety course as well. Okay? Stricter laws are not going to reduce crime. And why do I say this? Because if we restrict more laws and we tell you are a law-abiding citizen, okay? You're a law-abiding citizen, of course. And if the government tells you you are not allowed to have a gun in your body when you go out to Miami Beach or the clubs or wherever you go, then what is that going to tell the robber, the criminal, the person that wants to take your money? That's telling them that you are not, that you're not protected. So he's going to come to you, gunpoint you, and he's going to know that you don't have a gun because you're a law-abiding citizen. You listen to the law. You do what's right. You know, you do what's right. And the criminal, he's not a law-abiding citizen, so he doesn't care, you know, if he's allowed or he's not allowed to carry a gun. He's going to come to rob you. So if you're allowed to have a concealed weapon, then you have the right to protect yourself. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. The Department of Justice they had a survey in 1989, and they found that 40% of crime victims, of murderers and smugglers, they chose not to commit some of the crimes because they were afraid that some of their victims were actually prepared to protect themselves, and they might conceal a weapon. All right, that's the Department of Justice survey back in 1989. Anti-gun control advocates, they always give statistics of children being murdered by other children. Okay, they give you statistics of children, the murder of Columbine High School. They give you the other example of that kid that went to the university and he went on a mass murder. All these statistics we already know. It's there. It's the media. We always get fed this every day that some child, some psycho, they created a mass murder. But what they don't rise, the question that should be rising is, why are these kids having guns? Why is a person that is mentally ill, why is that person carrying a weapon? Well, we should enforce the laws rather than making more laws to control weapons. Why? You know, for example, if my child is bringing five weapons and I don't know this, shouldn't it be my responsibility as a parent to know whether my child has guns in the house, the people that he's bringing around the house, the weapons that he's bringing around the house? Shouldn't it be my responsibility as a parent? That's the logical part. That's the logical sense as a parent, as a parent's responsibility. And as a law-abiding citizen, shouldn't it be your right to carry a weapon, to protect yourself instead of being a victim from another criminal? Okay? The question is, how are children getting a hold of these firearms? Who has an answer for that? When I was a small boy and my idea was to carry an earring, I told my dad, well, what do you think about me carrying an earring? He just quickly snapped me off that dream right there. He said, you carry an earring, I will whip your butt. I will whip the shit out of you. Well, excuse my language, but you know, he will. You know, and that's when my idea had that, it just went away. Thank you. When my idea was to get a tattoo, my dad said, you get a tattoo, I will whip your butt. And that dream just went away again. So it would never occur to me to carry a gun. Because my gun will snap me, my father will snap my neck. So it would never occur to me to carry a gun. Because I was raised that way. It's the way I was raised. Okay? So let me conclude this real quick.